Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm doing E3 quick takes this week, and in this video I'm doing a top 10 countdown summary of the best game announcements from the PC gaming show. And as you probably saw in the title, the PC gaming show finally delivered a good show. Perhaps it was because I had low expectations, or perhaps there were actually some good titles shown, or maybe it was just a combination of all of those reasons, but I enjoyed watching it. Alright, if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this, and remember to join our Discord server for more gaming discussion, and I'll leave a link in the description below. Once again, the top 10 games announcement countdown will be based on the best presentation in my opinion. This is of course 100% subjective, and it'll be based mostly on what is shown in the trailers. I did research a little bit more afterwards on some games. Also, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I played all of these developers' past games, or even going to play all of these games on this list, so I'm just going off what appealed to me based off this show, and hopefully just point you in the direction of some games that were announced today. If you have a different opinion, make sure to comment down below your favorite games of the PC gaming show, and I'm looking forward to hearing your comments. Alright, let's go. At number 10, it's Death Trash. Obviously, I'm a big fan of role-playing games, hence the name of this channel, and Death Trash stands out because the setting isn't something we have really seen before. It's post-apocalyptic, like Fallout for sure, but it's not a traditional take on the genre. The game's battle system looks to be all real-time action, and this game will be in early access on Steam from August the 5th. At number 9, it's Songs of Conquest. This game is touted as a spiritual successor to Heroes of Might and Magic. I think the game does look interesting from a depth and strategic management perspective, though the game's graphics are kinda just okay and not really the game's strong suit. The game has been announced for the past 2 years and was supposed to come out in 2020, and the game is now slated for release in Q1 2022 on Steam. At number 8, it's Orcs Must Die 3. I'll be honest, I don't know that much about the Orcs Must Die series, even though it's been around for quite a while now. From the trailer and interview, this looks like a fun, casual game, even though I'm sure as a tower defense game, it's going to get real difficult. The graphics and gameplay go well together, it doesn't take itself too seriously, and it looks fairly polished. It'll be out shortly on July 23rd, 2021. At number 7, it's Solstice. Well, as you can see, this game looks like it's pretty heavily inspired by the Dark Souls games in both gameplay and setting, so I have to say it's pretty bold of the developers to also include the word soul in its title, but I guess that's just to really drive home the point. But despite its similarities with From Software's games, the game has a Japanese anime art style that I think people are going to like. The game will be out in 2022. Number 6, Icarus. I wasn't sure about including this one so high because it didn't reveal a lot of information, but I really dig the premise. It looks like a survival game set on another Earth-like planet with a very robust crafting and building system. As you can see here, you're building a truss support system for a house, and you can craft very detailed furniture, including a fireplace, and if you're not careful, what you build can be easily destroyed. It also looks like there are different biomes which may or may not be a random starting point, and it looks to support up to 8 players in co-op. I know there's lots of survival games on PC, but this one does look like it has its own take on the genre. This game is coming out soon on August the 13th. Number 5, Dying Light 2. Even though the developer didn't show very much of the game here, I thought the developer did a good job setting up the narrative of the game in this one. Yes, we have a lot of zombie games in 2021, and maybe people will be tired of them by the end of the year, but it looks like it at least tries to tell a compelling narrative. The game's release date is December 7th, 2021. Number 4, Naraka Blade Points. This was the first game shown of the PC gaming show and one of the most impressive looking games. It's a 60-player battle royale featuring both melee and ranged combat, but with an Asian aesthetic. It's already had betas on Steam, and the trailer shows there were huge numbers of people playing this, so this game is most definitely not a secret. The game will be out soon on August the 12th, 2021. Number 3, War Tales. War Tales is another isometric role-playing game with a historical fantasy setting, but the art is really nice here. There looks to be a lot of detail in every scene, and I think the zoomed out view gives it a different feel to past RPGs. In battles, the characters line up in a grid system a bit like Wasteland or the Banner Saga. The developer is Shiro Games, who made Evoland and Northgard. The game will be going into early access on Steam this year. Number 2, Pioneer. Apocalyptic Eastern Europe seems to be a pretty popular setting with games like Stalker and Metro, and Pioneer takes a lot of inspiration from those games. Pioneer is really high on this list because the trailer showed a lot of the game, including combat sequences, role-playing dialogue choices, and some co-op elements. PC Gamer also released an article today explaining that the game will try to mix in a single-player campaign and a cooperative game along with player versus player elements. This might not be a game on everyone's radar, but I thought the devs did a good job with the trailer. Number 1. Chivalry 2 was my number 1 announcement of the show, and yes, I know the game just came out on Epic Games Store, but the trailer and the content they showed here looked really fun. Chivalry 2 is a massive 64-player first-person combat game about storming castle sieges, and the game looks like a medieval version of EA's Battlefield. As the game is already out, the trailer was mostly about looking to support the game post-launch with a lot of different content such as maps, weapons, and items. In summary, there are a lot of other big announcements, but many of them were a bit disappointing given a lack of information or footage shown. For example, for Jurassic World Evolution 2, all we got was a completely pre-rendered trailer, which really didn't say much about the game at all. Other games like Humankind, MechWarrior 5, there wasn't really anything drastically new shown. As for the show itself, I thought it was a fairly good show, and I'm surprised by the negative like-dislike ratio on the video. It was always going to have smaller indie titles as it's organized by PC Gamer, and the show, I'm guessing it's just mostly used as ad space for games to get noticed. As for the hosts themselves, I thought they did a great job and put in a lot more effort than either of Ubisoft's or Microsoft's presenters, so while I understand some people thought the jokes were cringy, I appreciated that they tried to keep it a bit light. That's it for this one. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. We'll be doing more E3 quick takes this week, so I'll see you guys in the next one.